What's up everyone, Patrick here, welcome back. Moving on to the next example, dealing with functions, domain, and range. So we're told that these two functions have a domain of -5, -1, 1, and 2. And then for both functions, we have to find the corresponding range. So let's split this up here first. Whenever you see a domain given in this format here, it basically represents just set points on this function here. So the domain, remember, represents the x values. So we know that we're going to have a bunch of coordinates with these corresponding x values. So I'm just going to write these out like this so you can see clearly what's happening. And then to get the corresponding y values, you just take these x values and plug it into these function. So taking the -5, plugging it in here, 3 times -5 is -15 minus 8, that would give us -23. And then 3 times -1 is -3 minus 8, that gives us -11. And then we'll have, well, 1 times 3 minus 8, that gives us -5. 2 times 3 is 6 minus 8 gives us -2, like that. And so now notice we have the corresponding y values on this function, and those y values are going to represent the range. Now remember, when you're listing just single points like this, you always start from the smallest to the largest, and then any points that repeat, any values that repeat, you only write them once. So notice that there's not going to be any that repeat here, and then it's actually organized already from smallest to largest. So we got -23, -11, -5, -2, like that. All right, so that's going to be the corresponding range for this function if the domain is that, if that's how it is written. Moving on to this next function, this one's going to be a quadratic, but same thing. We're going to have -5 and some kind of y value. We're going to have -1, some kind of y value, +1, some kind of y value, 2, some kind of y value. So plugging in this first -5 here, just be careful with your algebra. So -5 squared is 25, right? Times -2 is -50. -10 times -5 is +50. So those would actually just net out to 0, and we'd be left with a 1. Plugging in -1, we would have what? -2 times 1 plus 10 plus 1, like that. Just kind of doing a little algebra on the side here. Don't want to make any mistakes. So we got 9. Plugging in +1, 1 squared times -2. Okay, we'd have a -2 again, but now we would have a -10. And then we'd still have a +1. So this would end up being -11. Plugging in 2, 2 squared is 4, times -2 is -8, -20, +1, like that. That would give us -27. All right, so those are the corresponding y values with these x values. And so what's the range? Well, again, start from the lowest and then work your way up. Any that repeat, you only write once, but in this case, there's none repeating. And actually, see, you got to be careful. I was about to write the 9, but what should come first is the 1. And then you'll have the 9, like that. Right, so that right there ends up being the range. So again, if any repeated here, we would only write them once, and then always remember to write it from smallest to largest. And that's a wrap for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want to see more videos like this, please go to my website, allthingsmathematics.com. Over there, all of the videos are organized by chapter, by section. If you feel like you need tutoring at any point, you could also hit me up. My contact details are on the website. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.